When we talk about image, we're talking about how we see, about the details that shape a memory, the tones that hold emotion, an image doesn't just show you the world, it shows you how the world wants to be remembered. And every lens is an instrument. The way they shape color, the way highlights and shadows roll into each other. It's the ability to bend reality into something that feels inevitable, yet unfamiliar. And it becomes a performance, showing us how this glass interprets the world. Beauty of filmmaking isn't perfection. When we talk about image, we're talking about how shadows can hold more truth than clarity ever could. We're talking about how memories are shaped. All right, so how's everybody out there doing today? It is, of course, your boy Volandis back with another video. And in today's video, we're talking about the DZO Vespid Prime 2s. So if you are a member of the Patreon, you know that I've had these lenses for a while. You've seen the unboxing and just kind of my first impressions and thoughts on these lenses. And if you are familiar with my channel in general, you know that I love the DZO Vespid Prime lenses. And honestly, they've just been perfect for everything that I've been filming on the go. For the original Vespids, I really like how easy they are to use, the build quality, how good they look in almost every scenario. And I've been using the Vespid 2s now for a little over a month now. So yeah, let's talk about the upgrades and changes made to these lenses and what I think makes them a little bit better than the original Vespids. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you know that when I do lens reviews or reviews of anything for that matter, that is more of a formal review. I don't get too into the technical aspects or sides of things because I feel like there's people who can talk about the tech stuff and all of this other stuff a lot better than I can. And honestly, some of the times I just really don't care, because let's be honest, when we're talking about lenses, the main thing that we care about is the look, how they look, how they perform, how they look in certain lighting, how they look at certain apertures and different focal lengths. Just what they look like is probably the most important thing when doing these reviews to me. So with that being said, I'm going to be talking about the things that I think are important and I think that you guys should know about these lenses. So to get started, DZO did send me these lenses, but as always, my thoughts and opinions are all my own and they have no bearing on what I say or do in this video. So they did send me the 18mm, the 24mm, the 35mm, and the 105. It is a set of 6 lenses, including the 50mm and the 85mm. I did not ask for the 50mm or 85mm because for some reason I just thought that I wouldn't need them. But looking back, I'm so mad and upset with myself for not getting the 50mm because I shoot so many things at 50mm. I think it's probably my most used focal length out of any other focal length. So I'm kind of really upset for kind of dropping the ball and not getting the 50mm. But just right off the bat and out the box, these lenses look beautiful. They are built beautiful. They have the same kind of construction as the Vespid Prime, the original Vespid Prime. They have a similar look to the Vespids with the yellow accents and black housing. As of right now, I think these lenses only come in PL mount, which is fine because I use PL mount for everything. I can use it on Sony. I can use it on an Alexa, a Red, Blackmagic. You can use it on any camera. So I like the PL mount. Something that I've noticed and love about these lenses is that they're all around the same weight. Usually when you get a set of lenses, especially starting from a ultra wide all the way up to a telephoto, that tends to create some different weight disparities between lenses, which means that if you were running a set of lenses that weren't close in weight on a gimbal, you would have to rebalance the gimbal, recalibrate it every single time you wanted to switch lenses on that gimbal. But I've been running these lenses on my Ronin RS4 Pro, and every single time I go to switch lenses, I'm not gonna lie, I don't recalibrate the gimbal at all. I don't rebalance it, I don't do anything. I just put a new lens on it and it's good to go, and it operates exactly how it was operating before. They all have a 80mm front diameter. They all take 77mm filters and like screw on filters, which is great because you guys know that with the old Vespids, the 16mm, the front element was so like you can't put a screw on filter on the front element of the 16mm because of how the glass protrudes. But it's nice that you can use the 18mm just like how you use any of the other lenses in the set. Also, the lens breathing is really good. I don't do too much focus racking, but when I do, it's not very noticeable with these lenses. They also have a 5-pin limo interface. Now, for me and how I work and how I've used these lenses, that really doesn't do anything for me or really mean that much to me, but I think I'll talk a little bit more about that when I talk about who these lenses are for. But having that is nice because then you can add wireless follow focus systems and other camera accessories that you can connect wirelessly to the lenses. And they also have the Cook Eye real-time technology in them, so you can see the information that the lens is producing from like the iris and just other things that you can communicate with the lens to the camera that you usually have on autofocus lenses because they communicate directly to the camera. So you can do that now with these lenses. Now let's talk about the most important thing about these lenses, which is the look. Now, personally, I think DZO has done a fantastic and amazing job of separating themselves and kind of standing in a lane of their own when it comes to these budget cinema lenses. Now, in terms of looks with the original Vespids and these Vespids, I think that they look similar with a few differences. They have everything that the original Vespids have, but they have the coating of the Arles series lenses. Now, I've never used the Arles, whatever. I've never used those lenses, but they look beautiful from the footage I have seen from them online. You know, when I'm on location, I like to start thinking about the music early. Before I even touch the timeline, I want to know what it's going to sound like. And that's why I'm always on the go with audio. Right now, you can get lifetime access to their full music library for a one-time payment of $199. That's $300 off with code VOLANDIS199 at checkout. No subscriptions, no renewals, no random charges 6 months later. New music added daily, unlimited downloads, cleared for personal use and small clients, and it's yours for good. After you check out, you'll get an offer to add on lifetime sound effects and stems, including full access to Elements 2.0. If you really want full control over your audio, from isolated strings and drums to clean SFX, it's the move. Elements 2.0 is powered by Audio Shake, so every stem sounds clean, professional, and ready to drop into your timeline. So if you're the kind of person who's already thinking about the music while you're shooting, go to audio.com/Volandis and use code Volandis199 at checkout and lock in lifetime music for $199. These are T1.9 instead of T2.1 like on the original Vespids, which is amazing. That extra stop of light, it's great for lower light situations. There's been times where I've been shooting out at the lake and it's been getting really dark, and that extra stop of light has come in handy for these. I also love that across all the focal lengths, everything stays consistent. All the color rendering stays the same and consistent across all the lenses. I can put the same color grade on top of the 24mm that I do the 105 and won't have to change anything. Some lenses lean a little bit more cool, while some other lenses in the same set will lean a little bit more towards the warm side. But with these lenses, they are all consistent across the whole set, which means if I change focal lengths, it's not going to look like I changed to a whole different lens, or I'm not going to have to do too much re-editing in the color grading process to kind of get it to match a lens that I already shot with earlier. To me, they have a similar look as the original Vespids. I feel like all the Vespids and just the DZO lenses in general have a real kind of filmic look, kind of gives you that vintage style, kind of vintage Cook feeling of a lens. But at the same time, I feel like these have a high kind of commercial look as well. And I feel like they can honestly be used for anything, whether that was a short film, a movie, a commercial, or just a YouTube video. And for me, and the look that I've crafted for the work that I do, I think that these fall right into that. I love how deep the blacks can get. I love how they render the colors that are on screen and in front of me. And I've just loved how they've been performing for everything that I've kind of thrown at them up until this point. I've done shoots at night. I've done shoots at the lake. I've done shoots in back alleyways in the city. All different type of colors and all different types of skin tones and people. And I've walked away from every single one of those shoots really impressed and kind of just blown away at the image that I was getting from these lenses. Now, like I said, these are budget cinema lenses, and I feel like every single time I call lenses budget cinema lenses, unless they're like $200, then people don't want to hear that they're budget or affordable. And I feel like I have to have this conversation at the end of all of these videos, or just throughout these videos in general, about what makes a budget cinema lens. But these lenses are $1,200. I think the 18mm is $1,300, but the rest of the set is $1,200. Now, to a lot of people who are just trying to get by and have other things to pay for, and who are just trying to make work and do art on a budget, trust me, I'm one of those people. When it comes to having a lens that is high quality, a lens that is going to last you your entire filmmaking career, a lens that performs on the same level as $30,000 lenses or $15,000 lenses, I do think $1,200 is considered budget. Also, that's not me. I didn't make that up. I didn't set that precedent. They are calling these lenses budget cinema. Like, in the world of cinema lenses, these would be considered budget cinema lenses. I didn't make that up, so don't be mad at me. Now, these lenses can clearly be used for run and gun YouTube videos. They can be used for short films. They can be used for actual movies. They can be used for big commercial sets. And that's because of the things that they incorporated into these lenses, like the Cook IE technology and the limo, the limo data that you can, connect different accessories to, which makes it easier for DPs and directors and producers on set when, conducting these big productions. And sometimes these things are invaluable when it comes to creating something and making life easier for everybody involved. Whether you're giving this information over to an editor who needs to know what focal length and what aperture these clips were shot at, the unique look that you get from using these lenses. I mean, all of that goes into why these lenses are affordable and why they are worth it in the grand scheme of things being affordable. Because sometimes when you get a cheaper lens that is $200 to $400, you don't get a very clean look out of these lenses. You might have some focus breathing. You might have some other things that are not great about a lens that you would expect out of something that's more expensive. So for me personally, when I can expect big budget kind of quality out of something that's $1,200, then to me that's just a no-brainer. But with that being said, that's really all I got. I do really enjoy these lenses. I love the look of them. I think moving forward, a lot of the stuff that you see on the channel will be shot with these lenses, so you guys can keep up with that and see more and more of the things that I'm shooting with these lenses as time goes on. So with that being said, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, I'm not talking to you because you already did what you had to do. So yeah, with that being said, I will see y'all in the next one. We have so many more things to do, present, talk about, just so many more. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Oh, but before I go, also, 1 second. It's hunting season, baby. It's hunting season. You know what time it is. Go Lions, Packers suck. Let's get it.